here.
Is that any player's jersey, or is it just like a?
No, I think it's just the team jersey.
That's fire.
Ooh, there it is.
I always like the designs in the jerseys. Like,
Yeah, I saw this one. I don't know where I saw it, but I looked up Mexico jersey and I saw a couple old ones. I was like, I like how it has like the guy here.
Yeah,
The
apparently
warrior.
there's like stuff in it. Like the designs mean something sometimes. Like it's
No,
the
for
eye
sure.
of a lion that
For
represents
sure, there's
something
probably
about the
like
country.
cultural references and shit.
Yeah.
Mexico's dope.
Man, the World Cup, they always come with like the craziest jerseys and shit.
It's a fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact. But Cook Up, tell me.
Hey,
Talk to
man.
me, bro.
Seb
How's
1Mind.
LA been?
LA's been good, man. LA's been chilling. It's so different. I'll be real, cause Montreal, you know what I'm saying. First of all, it's like not snowing over here, which is a plus. But like, it's so much opportunity here. But it's like, damn. It's like it's so fast. It's different too, and it's like a different culture too. It's like a lot more Mexican people, obviously, closer to Mexico and stuff. Yeah. That's
super
crazy.
Mexican, bro. It's Los Angeles. You know what I mean? It's like the streets are all in Spanish, like everything.
Yeah.
They're still here.
Yeah.
They're still very much here, bro.
For some reason, I didn't expect. I expected it just to be like back home, but hotter. I don't know.
For
but
sure.
Yeah, it's way crazy.
For sure. Montreal, man. What's it like in Montreal?
Montreal is cool, man. It's chilling. I don't really go out that much, so I can't tell you what the city's like.
Yeah.
Plus, I live in a suburb next to the city, so it's like it's whatever. But yeah. Hey man, Seb 1Mind.
Here, bro.
Production
the
credits.
Chosen ones, bro.
The 8 times, man. Got production credits. Got Don Toliver, Lil Durk, Lil Yachty.
Yeah, facts.
Juice WRLD. The list goes on for real. It's
Young
crazy.
Boy. Rama.
I was looking at the
guy.
Genius. I was just damn.
No,
I was like,
it's a good amount because we've been doing it for a while. So I don't know. Shit adds up, and plus it helps being in a group with 3 people.
Exactly.
You can just
for sure. I'm gonna touch on that. 3 people. That's definitely like unique, especially in these times. And y'all been together for how long?
damn near 10 years now.
10 years. That's crazy. Still going strong.
2012, 2011-ish.
Yeah.
That's when it first started.
That's crazy. Doing it all together, man.
Yeah, literally. And what's cool is like we don't always do everything together. Like like we can separate stuff and like let's say I go do something over here, I bring it back to the house. I'm like, Matt, can you touch it up? And so I don't know. It's definitely a blessing.
Yeah.
It's definitely a blessing.
And I feel like it's cool because I don't know. I'm just assuming, but you probably like have strengths and weaknesses, like all 3 of y'all, and y'all can like play off each other.
I like to think we can do whatever. To be honest, I like to think we can do whatever, but I think like. Yeah, like if I have an idea, I can go to Mike or Mac, and they can be like, "Hey, Mac, remember that thing you did on this song? Can you try something like you know what I mean?" There's just such a reference bank.
Yeah, you already know.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I don't know. Shout out to them, bro.
Yeah,
shout out to them.
That's fire. Speaking of like LA and stuff like that, I was in the studio the other day, and then like we're just making a beat, me and this dude, and I don't know what he did. He might have pitched it down or some shit, and then we both thought, oh, add a kick or add a sub bass in this section, right? We both thought at the same time. I went to tell him, he was like, I was thinking the same thing. Like, do you guys as like a group have that? For sure. That like connection where you guys don't even need to talk to each other. You already know. Or do you still?
No, for sure. I don't know if I notice it as much. I kind of because I try not to like backseat drive. With people like when I'm co-producing because like that's super annoying for me personally. I'm like unless it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's annoying. Yeah. But I don't know. I can always like tell Mac like, hey, it just needs. I don't know. Yeah. We know each other really well. Like we know how to communicate things very well, and like same with Mike as well.
Backseat producing that can be. I feel like as long as it's tasteful, it should be like a decent thing to do. Yeah. Like, sometimes you do need to speak up. You hear something like ideas need to get out there type stuff. So.
Yes, there's been times where I'm like, I got it.
For sure,
like, I know what I'm doing, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I try not to take too long producing anyway, so it's like I don't know. If I'm with people, I don't know. These days I'm a little different. There's been times where I've told people like I got it, but then nowadays I'm just like whatever. Tell me any ideas. It's gonna sound good.
Yeah. And you could always touch it up later. You could always
exactly. So I don't know. No real pressure when cooking out.
Damn. That's one thing for me. It's my first time out here and all that, and I've always just cooked in my bedroom type stuff. Yeah. So it's like I could take hours on the idea. I could try, fail again. But I feel like in the studio, like, I don't know. I haven't really started anything myself yet, but, like, it must be, like, some sort of pressure at first to, like...
For sure. When I first came out here, that was the same thing. Because I'd only produced in my mom's house. Literally. It was, like, this attic that was turned into, I made it into, like, a little studio with speakers. So, like, coming out here and, like having a sense of like urgency, not like being in a rush, but being like, all right, this beat's got to be done. Like you know. So that was a thing when I first came out to LA, but nowadays it's just like when you work out that muscle so much, it's just whatever. And especially like, I don't know, I'm in a blessed situation nowadays. I have like a solid team where it's like I'm never really like I'm in a room with people and it's never gonna sound bad. Like we're not about to leave this room with something that sounds like ass. You know what I mean?
You mean that in the sense that you're gonna make sure it sounds good, or is it just like there's a baseline level of talent that we're
all talented people. Like it's gonna be some fire, regardless of however we cut it. Like whether if it's a song I've made before, a type of song I made before, or a type I haven't. So I don't know.
No, that's fire to know that. It's fire to like know that you can rely on your skill.
For sure.
And the fact that you just been doing it, so you know it's gonna be like at least something decent type stuff.
Right? Like there's not a lot of mid.
Yeah.
Like there might be something that sounds generic, but it'll, I don't know. You can do generic at a high level. Like, you know what I mean? Like a mainstream sound at a high level. It's not gonna sound bad.
Yeah, and you could always add your own twist to it at the end of the day.
Literally. So, yeah. So I don't know. These days I don't know. I've been going to the studio a lot this year. Stuff's been sounding good, man.
That's good. That's good to hear, man.
Hype. I love just like listening back to what I've been doing this month alone too.
No,
yeah. Yeah, tell me what else. What other like new experiences have you had in LA?
Damn. Okay.
How old are you again?
20.
Okay, bad. Yeah, I came out here when I was 20.
Yeah, I seen that Unforgettable was like when you 21, 22 when you made that.
2017. So yeah, 22, 21.
That was crazy. How do you deal with that as like my age? Like I couldn't imagine having that big of a record. Or was it like even that big of a record when it first dropped, or did it like kind of progress along with the time?
As far as like how big it was when it came out, it was popping when it dropped. It was
I remember,
like it heated up quick.
Yeah.
And plus like French had been teasing it for a while. French and Sway had been teasing it, so it heated up quickly. But like, it's funny actually. No one's ever asked me that. Like, how did it handle it? And I wish Mac was here too, because he would be able to answer it way better than me. But me, because like I definitely had more of like a supplemental role on that song, whereas like a lot of what I did was just like I knew everyone at the right time, and I was able to send this to the right person, and like so there were like blessings that came with that. But like, fuck it, I'll be transparent. I had a moment where I'm like, okay, a lot is happening really quickly. I've been in LA for a year. Like I was literally just struggling in college. Shit happened quick. I got fucking lucky. And I hit up like a therapist, like counselor type person. I talked to my dad. Luckily he knew someone out here, and they knew someone, and then I met them at Starbucks one day. And like it turned into like, at first it was like therapy vibes, but then it turned into like more like mentor vibes, because like at one point I was like, dude, I don't want to, like, the problem stuff is like, nah, like I got it.
There's a lot that comes with it.
I got it. I just want to ask you questions about scenarios that maybe my dad might not even, you know what I mean? Because my dad's really, I'm close with him. I'm close with my parents, like very, very close. And so I can call them for certain things, but there was a time where I would ask them for advice, and I was like, it like fell short. Like, I don't know, maybe it was my expectations. I don't know. But, and so then I met someone out here, Martin Golston. He's a cool dude. Interesting guy. Shout out to him. And, me and him just like locked in and just started talking a lot and just I don't know, just about life. Like I remember one time he like, I don't know if I was fully hypnotized, but he like kind of hypnotized me. It was like a very intense state of relaxation, but I was like, so we would just do like shit like that. We would just talk for like hours. And he would invite me to like meet people. He would introduce me to a lot of interesting people, like outside of music. And so that was like a thing. It was like a, not necessarily like a guidance thing, but it's just like all of us were put in a situation that was very unique. And I didn't have like a reference point to like go to people, because I didn't really have like a OG producer who was like putting me on game. Like the only time there was that, like it didn't go that way. Like, right? So like, it was just like, all right, let me figure this shit out. And so sometimes going to people who are like outside of music helped a lot.
No, for sure.
It's like, I'm not the first guy to be successful young, you know, like at a young age,
for
like,
sure,
right? Like, so I don't know, just finding people who could like help, like, I don't know, I could get feedback from.
Exactly.
That was so important. Like, like, I don't know, cause me personally, I like at first when I came out here in LA, it was like 2015, 2016. I'm 20 years old, and like, I didn't really like trust people like at all. Like at all, like whether it was like sending someone stems for a beat or something, I'd be like, what the fuck, like, and I didn't get it. Nowadays it's like, bro, take it, whatever, do whatever the hell you want. Yeah. But like, I don't know. So there was a lot of like growing pains. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was nice having like people that could like, I could get feedback from and guide me in like the right direction. Cause, bro, you can definitely get lost in the sauce out here. Yeah, I've seen it.
That's what I'm realizing. I'm seeing kind of the ways how somebody could get like, I don't know, derailed from where they should be type stuff.
Oh yeah, bro. I was just saying this the other day. I'm like, if you have been doing this shit for more than 5 years, kudos. Like, bro, this shit's fucking hard. Like, not only the mental, but like the idea of staying relevant. Where if you don't have a hit, 9 months after the next one, you're done, bro. It's quiet for you. It's like, that's so fraudulent. But that's a thing that many people subscribe to. Right? That's a real like thought process. And so I don't know, like, bro, you can get caught up in it, and like the money, the success, the attention, right? Like, if you're not ready for it, bro, like that, bro, this shit can fry your brain.
Nah, yeah, that's
I've seen it, bro. I've seen it, bro.
I feel like people think, oh, it's just producing music, and especially how easy it is nowadays. You could just be clicking buttons. They'll see, oh, it's easy, but there's so much different stuff that comes along with it that people might not realize type stuff.
For sure.
I was talking to a former manager, and he was saying, I managed this artist, right? And like this artist was really shitty, whatever. And like you're either made for it or you're not. Like you're either somebody who can handle this shit, or you couldn't like at all.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, I think there's some like binary aspect to it, but not fully. Like I think there are some people who's like, you either got it, you don't. But I also think there's some people who are like, you don't have it yet.
Yeah, right? It could be developed type stuff. Yeah, like, it might be harder, but
you just gotta keep going and keep improving. Like, because there's definitely people who like at first didn't seem like, you know, the most talented producer, but then boom, pop up, they got this guy on a song, and it's like an A-lister. And I'm like, oh, what the. Like,
everybody's journey's different.
Yeah, everybody's journey's different, bro. And like, right, like one of my favorite memories in LA that is like, I'm so happy it happened. It was like around 2017. The homie Mike Heron, shout out to him. Not Mike Heron, Michael Heron. He called me. He's like, yo, oh no, this is a different time. But he texted me. He's like, yo, you want to work with G-Coop? G-Coop's dope. Like he's like a guy now, right? This is 2017. This is just when Bad and Bougie had happened. Like it's already going crazy. I remember he's like laying on the couch like this, and he's much older than me. He's like 30, 40, like he's like high 30s, 40s, right? So, and he's just sitting there with his arms. He's like, I wonder if this is it.
Damn.
Right? And it's like he waited till that moment. Like he didn't stop making music. Like he's been making music his entire life. Boom, Bad and Bougie happens. It changes everything. Like it's one of the most important songs in the last like decade, bro. So it's like, I don't know, right? Like, bro, it happens for everyone so differently. Like, there's very few people whose path has been like
exactly the same,
carbon copy of another producer, another artist, another songwriter. So be it. But I always loved that memory because I'm just like, yo, it's like that's, like, and he had such a cool attitude about it. He wasn't like pressed. He was just like, he's like, man, it happened. Like, you know what I mean? This is everyone's dream, and it happened. He's just chilling. We're about to just make some ideas. Get faded.
I feel like
shout out to Coop.
But based on that, I feel like he was somebody that, at least from what I assume, is like he had other things in life that music wasn't like it for him. It didn't have to happen. Like he was already content with other stuff.
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask him because I know he's been super involved. Like he's tight with Jake One, so like he's always had stuff going on, and like he's always had projects to work on. So I don't know. I'm not familiar, but. Right? It could happen when you're 18. It could happen when you're 40, bro.
No, like, it's crazy.
It doesn't matter. It could happen when you're 15. Like, there's people producing on Diamond songs who are like 16. Yeah. Right? So it's like.
And the inverse could happen too. I remember seeing like, I always see this IG post for some reason. It's like, J.K. Rowling made this at this age. Like,
right. Yeah.
Or this person made it at this super old age. Like, it's like not everybody's time is the same.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But speaking of journeys, what's the Seb story like? The
Seb story?
How did Seb from I'm guessing no credits whatever to right now, that long list on Genius that I was scrolling through? What happened in between?
That's funny. The longest one, Genius, is crazy. But so how long of a story do you want? Do you want the long story, or do you want the medium or short? It's up to you, bro.
If it's up to me, I'll take the medium because I want the best of both worlds.
Okay, so started making beats when I was like 14. Mm-hmm. My brother's homie. I would pay him $20 to teach me. He taught me.
Damn,
bro. And I remember I was like, "Yo, how does that work?" And it was the MPC. He's like, "You're not ready for that." And I was like, "You're tripping." So I went. I downloaded FL. I downloaded a bunch of like trials and shit like that. Started doing that. All right, started doing that for a while. And you know, I work with a couple people in the city. Shout out to them. They know who they are. And like. So it's okay. So there's me, right? This is how we get here, right? So me, Sarah. I would always go to her house. She lived across the street from my high school, right? So I would just go to her house and get lit. Like it'd be like Tuesday, we just be getting lit, like for no reason, because their parents are cool as hell. Shout out to them. Shout out to Peggy. But so I would just go over there, and then one day we went to Pitchfork Music Festival in Chicago, and Mac was there. And so we met, chilled, we like snuck on her roof, that's a whole another thing. Hung out.
Mac being?
Mac from 1Mind.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Just so the people know.
Yeah. And so a year after that situation, I find out Mac makes beats. I'm like, bro, what the hell? You didn't tell me? Like,
damn.
Come over, let's cook up.
And you've been making beats already?
Yeah. We've both been cooking up separately, but I didn't know for over a year.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, pull up to the crib, let's cook. We made a dope beat. I love that beat still. And after the first beat, I was like, yo, let's make a group. And so we did the group. He's like, yo, my homie Mike, like who I went to middle school with, he wants to join. He's dope as hell with beats too. Boom, he's in too. Mike goes to Nashville. Matt goes to Yale, subtle flex. I go to Indiana University. I'm like, I don't know. First month I get to Indiana University, I was like, I'm not staying here. I knew. I end up dropping out. I go to LA, right? They're still doing their thing. We would hustle a little bit in Nashville. We would hustle a little bit. We went to Atlanta one time. But then when I went to LA is when I linked with Rem Riddles, who's like legendary guy. He did like a song for Drake. He did legendary guy. If you know, you know. I don't have to explain. But and I just was like, I have no connection in the music industry. I was like, bro, I didn't say it like this, but I was just like, how can I help? So I'm helping with the writing. I'm helping with the beats. And guess what? I have a fucking car. So I'll drive you guys everywhere. I'm driving them everywhere, bro. Everywhere.
That is so useful
like,
too.
Literally, like as soon as I got here, I was like, I have nothing to do. I was going to like classes like 2 days out of the week. So I started driving them everywhere. And then that's when it kicked off. Was I started locking in with them, but at the same time, I had tapped in with Lil Yachty in 2016. And so then he drops his debut project, Lil Boat, and it goes fucking crazy. It went crazy. And so...
You had one on there?
Yeah, it's called Never Switch Up. I love that song.
For sure, yeah.
2 chords, the whole song, literally. And so working with Yachty and working with Ram right at like this was like right before it went to streaming. SoundCloud was still it. Like Drake was dropping on SoundCloud. Everybody like, you know what I mean? All these people were, J. Cole was dropping on SoundCloud. Everybody was dropping on there. And so I was doing that and it kind of just like elevated things. I remember Yachty song comes out, song with Ram comes out, PNB Rock hits me up, rest in peace. And then motion, you know what I mean? That just started the motion. People were like, oh, he's producing. Like for 2 like SoundCloud guys at the time, and then now 3, and then it just boom, boom. And then that was before Mac and Mike moved out here. So like by the time Mac moves out here, Unforgettable had already happened.
Damn. Okay.
So like we already had motion. So it was like, bro, like we already had management. Like you know, he was getting pub deals and shit like that, pub offers and shit like that. So it's just we had motion. By the time the guys came out here, we were like set. And so we got super lucky. And so that's literally how we got from no placements to the genius list.
The genius list, man. That long ass list.
Bro. It was a long journey, bro. And like I definitely abbreviated a little bit, and even that was still pretty long. But like insane, bro. Yeah. Super insane. But yeah, that's how we got there.
Nah,
now we're here.
Now we're here, man. Wow, AYN sounds, man.
Bro, AYN sounds. Shout out to the guys.
For sure, man.
Shout out to Mibby.
Yes, sir.
Elkin.
Man, it's crazy.
Bro.
Imagine if they were here in LA too, man.
Bro, the Mibby was supposed to pull up. Elkin will pull up eventually too.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, he keeps making excuses though. Oh, I don't have the.
We'll pull up in London, bro.
Yeah, I know this summer I'm doing my little Europe tour.
Bro,
I'm trying to see the sights.
Gotta see the world, bro.
For sure.
That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. Especially making music and seeing the world, bro. Mm-hmm. That's like, it's like the craziest blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I love doing that.
Nah, yeah, it's fact. That's because we could do it like mobile. We could go anywhere and just cook up, have a laptop. Anywhere. Yeah, it's
meet
crazy.
New people.
Yeah. And it's always so dope to tell people that I'm a producer because like they're always so interested in it because like I guess it's a rare thing to be like not rare but like uncommon I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's non-traditional path.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of non-traditional, like, did you have any struggles with like the family like, and you choosing that career path or?
Luckily no. Luckily no. I'm one of the few that didn't because I'm like I said I'm super close with my mom and dad, and like, bro, they've been seeing me make beats since I was 13, 14.
Yeah.
Like, they know it's not a joke. Like, by the time I was like, I remember I called my dad freshman year of college, and I'm like, I'm not gonna drop out right now, but I'm thinking of other things. Like, I'm just letting you know. Like, I don't see this telecommunications major like panning out. Yeah. I don't see it panning out. Yeah. And by that time, I had told him that I had already been going to Nashville and working with like dope people. Like I was playing up. I don't know if you know who Six Sense is. You know who that is? Sense is he not a producer? So at the time, he was producing for Drake. He did Draft Day, Six God. Yeah. He ended up working with everybody. He was like one of the main guys for Khalid, right? He did Location, Khalid. Yeah. So like he's a legendary guy. And so like I had already met him by the time I was like 19. So I was feeling myself a little bit. We weren't even tight like that. I was just like. Bro,
yeah, like, I met the dude who made the thing.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. But that's not how it works. But that's what I told my pops, and he was like, okay. It like made sense to him, you know, because he had already been supporting the whole thing. So
that's right.
Yeah, and like they'd seen me drive, bro. I stayed in Atlanta for a summer, and I was like, 9-hour drives from Indiana to Atlanta. Yeah. Like they saw me, I was like doing it, like on top of college. You know what I mean? So like they saw the commitment from like really early on. Yeah, bro. Really early on.
Yeah. So would you have like any advice for people like or aspiring producers that like maybe their family's not as supportive as, or maybe they don't see it even though it's like apparent that the person's like putting in the work?
It's just hard because like obviously like I said like I was one of the lucky ones, right? I love my parents, bro. They supported everything. Like when I send them demos now, they act like it's like the biggest thing, you know? So like I'm super lucky, but like I know certain people who like have faced that. It just sucks because like I know some people who are incredibly successful and like it took something like seeing them in a magazine, like you know what I mean? It was like some like random like accolade, or like, oh, I heard your song in a commercial. Damn, my son's doing it, my daughter's doing it. It's like it's so fickle. It's like and like right, your parents are like literally like the voices in your head type shit. It's like that's like what guides you. So it's hard for me to really say, but. I don't know, man. Like, if you love the music thing, man, you just gotta go. Like, you just gotta figure out how to make it happen. Like, bro, it's hard. Yeah, it's a hard question for me personally, but like, bro, you just gotta go. Like, bro, climate change might not be here, bro. Yeah, shit's getting fucked up. We might not be here, bro. You just gotta get to it, bro. Life is this is like, you know what I mean? Life is precious, bro. Like. I'm not old, but I'm at an age where I can like with this music industry, I've seen a lot come and go, bro. Like whether it's like producers, writers, artists, like type of sounds, like bro, you see so many things come and go. It's like, bro, you might as well just get in. Like we're, you know what I mean? We only live once, for real. Like, you just gotta get it. Like,
Speaking of different type of sounds, how do you feel about like people who kind of follow the trends or people who like set the trends? And what type of person would you say you are? And do you even think that's like a thing for real, like the whole like, oh, I follow the trends, I set the trends?
That's a good question. Like I mean there's only so many people who can set trends to begin with, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like that's why they're so noteworthy, you know what I mean? But like for myself, Trends? I don't know if I've really set any trends. Have I heard people do things where I'm like, oh yeah, it sounds familiar? Yeah. Sure, but like, I didn't invent that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's only so many notes. Like, there's only so much you can do with this.
True, yeah.
And it's like, shit, man. Like, I don't know. I just try to do what I do to the highest ability. And at the end of the day, bro, it's not even about the beats, or the production. Like, it is, but it's about the song. Yeah. And so it's like, if the song's dope, we'll figure the rest out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, would it be nice to be like a Pierre who like invented a sound? Sure. But it's like, it's only one of him. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so I don't know. But like, I don't know. With those guys, I have like the utmost respect. Like, for me, when I was in high school, it was Lex Luger. Like, Lex Luger was the guy, bro. Yeah. Like, like that's a GOAT. Like, actually, like. Yeah. And when I saw him at an award show, and I remember I went to the homie Smash, I was like, that's him, bro. I was like, that's him. Like, he started this. He didn't start it, but he like perfected the dark synth trap wave, like the epic, huge, wide sounding melodies and shit. Like, bro, he did it. Yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't think that shit matters. Obviously, you should try to have your own sound. Like, I think my production definitely has a sound. Like in like timbre of like instruments, I tend to go towards. But like, I don't know. I think trying to make everything.
Yeah, like, just trying to make art.
Bro, this music shit's so big. Like, it doesn't stop or start anywhere, bro. Like, bro. There's so many different genres and stuff. Like, I don't know. I just try to do that at the highest ability, right? Instead of worry about trends and stuff, let's just make dope stuff.
I guess the angle I was kind of going for is more like, I'll see people like, maybe say a new sound comes in and then they'll just focus on that and wait for the next new sound to come in and just focus on that. So I was kind of.
I kind of get what you're saying. Okay. I mean, shit. As long as you're doing it at a high level and like, I don't know. I think, like, you're talking about, like, more production?
Yeah, production-wise, yeah.
No, you're definitely right. Like, but I don't know. It's, like, those styles, it's, like, that's the sound of the time, you know? So it's, like, it's cool to be in touch. Maybe try to, like, see what's coming next, or maybe try to reference things from, like, 10 years ago, but I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's for the consumer. So.
Right, and that's how people communicate. So it's, like, if you can do that, then...
For sure, yeah.
Bro, you're dope.
Yeah.
Like...
As long as it's like a balance. I feel like if you're too focused on just replicating shit, then that's where it kind of might be like.
Right, like I make so much stuff. It's like, it's all over the place. Like, that one might sound like this one might sound like that. You know, so I don't know. But I definitely wouldn't get too caught up in following trends. But I don't know, trends are like indicative of what people like.
Exactly.
So it's like, I don't know. It's cool to take things from certain trends and then
put it together. Yeah, that's fire.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of your sound, I know a lot of people say like, oh, you have to find your sound as a producer, or they reference like having a sound as a producer. What is that like to you? What's your sound? Like, what would you describe it as?
My sound?
Yeah.
Bro, it's hard.
Hard?
It's just hard, bro. Whatever you need. Like, yesterday we just made a fire Piano vibe. Bro, just hard. Like, drums gotta go, melodies gotta be super catchy. I try not to do like ambiguous chords. Like, if I'm doing something, I want you to have the chords in your head immediately. I don't know, just clean. Like, I don't think you'll. Shit, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you'll ever hear anything that I do that's like overproduced. I feel like it's always like either slightly under, like perfect amount. I don't know, bro. My sound's changed so much, bro. It's like the first placement I ever had was a 2-chord, like, fake plug beat. Like, and then some of the later ones have been, like, Afrobeat, right? Like, ambient Afrobeat. And so, I don't know. Just, like, I don't know. My sound has just always changed, also with like the artists that I'm tapped in with too, right? And who I meet and who I listen to. How would I describe my sound? My sound is fire beats, fire ideas. Just
hey, if it's that's good. Shit, if it's fire, it's fire.
You know what I'm saying? Man.
Yeah, man. But shit. Alright. So another question I had was, what was like the biggest? Or what were the, like the struggles to turn music from like a hobby, just making beats, like when you were a kid, to an actual career? Because it must have been like something in between that like stood in your way and you had to get over it.
So the first answer I have to that, like my first mind is like, for me the biggest hurdle was just tapping in, because like, bro, it's not really an industry in Indiana.
Yeah, that's
like the ceiling is very low, and like, you know, I've been working with people in Indiana, and I was like, I don't think this is what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, this is dope. I'm learning, but like, I don't think this is what I was looking for. And so, when I first went to Atlanta, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I saw it. Like, I saw it firsthand. Like, artists coming to the studio, artists coming to your house, this producer's pulling up, like the link up shit. Like,
the pace is probably way faster.
Like I finally saw it, and so I was like, oh, okay. I just need to do this. Like, we don't have that in Indiana. Like, now there's a slight semblance of it, but like there's a couple studios that I really like back home, but like that culture of like cook up culture, bro, like that didn't exist, no pun intended. But like, so I don't know. So like when I came to LA, it was just like, I just need to tap in somehow. I got the internet. I'm gonna figure this shit out. So that was always the biggest hurdle. Was like having the right artists that I would like click with, right? So that was literally it. I never really had like there was money struggles. Yeah, there was like times where I wasn't like the happiest guy. Like, shit wasn't always fulfilling until it was, right? But like, that was literally the only struggle. It's like like, I feel like if I would have grown up in Atlanta, it would have been so different. Like, I would have just been like, oh, my homie raps. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly,
like, and he's dope. And
you could just come up with him. And
literally, like, we're in Indiana, there's that, but like, it was always like very much a hobby. It was just because it was cool type shit. Exactly, like, it wasn't like because right, like, there's I was just talking about it with someone yesterday. It's like, yo, what you see is like what you will be type shit. It's like, there's no producers in Indiana.
So there's nobody to like look up to.
I can't name you one producer that I grew up, like, I didn't meet someone who made money off music until I was like 20, damn near 19, right? Where it's like, that's not always the case when you go to like, if you grew up in LA, if you grew up in Florida, Atlanta, you know what I mean? Even in different countries too. But like, so as soon as I saw it, I was like, bet, let's get it. Like,
that makes a lot of sense, because I feel like kids, especially, they just idolize whoever like they see.
For sure.
Like, I always like look at sports interviews and they'll be like, oh, I watched Michael Jordan coming up, and you'll see how they play just like Michael Jordan. It's like, definitely what you see is like what you like are most likely to be. Sure. So like, wait, but what made you want to go to Atlanta? How old did you go, by the way?
I was 18, 19.
18. And so you guys just went to like,
bro, it's crazy.
Just went?
It was crazy. Me and Mac were like, yo, let's just go. Let's see what happens.
Damn.
Because Mac was bro, shout out to Mac. He's always been down. Like, he's always been down for whatever. Like in Mike and him always like trusted me, because there were times where it was just me in LA, but they always trusted me. And so like, that's like, no price on that. But we just were like, yo, let's stay in Atlanta. Because we had a dude we were sending beats to, shout out to Cortland, who he's a guy, he used to work with Bobby Valentino, and then he started working with Khalid, which is hilarious, like crazy transition. But but like, we were sending beats to him, and he was getting like people to write hooks on them and stuff like that. So we're like, bet, we know one guy. Like, we'll see you there. Like, and so then what we did, and this was early Airbnb, me and him, we had some bread stacked up, and so we did an Airbnb for a month. This was before people were really like doing long-term Airbnbs. And I remember we get to the crib, and bro thinks we're staying in the basement. I'm like, you know, to stay in a basement for a month, bro?
Nah, that's crazy.
We were like, you gotta be fucked up, bro. And I remember we ended up talking to him, and we're like, yo, let us get the crib, we'll give you a little bit more bread. And he had like another house that he could stay at, so he was fine. Like, he had like I forget his name, but he had a driving service, he had like a house. He also was hooking us up with weed at the time, bro. He was like perfect Airbnb host. Like it
and
didn't
that was
go
the first one that you
bro, it was the only one we stayed into. He was lit, bro. We were like we're on Flat Shoals Road, which I think that's like kind of close to Decatur, I'm not sure, but we were just there, and we just went, bro. We're just kind of trying to figure it out. And like, from me to you, nothing major really happened from that. Like, we actually, it's funny enough, one guy we met there, he was a fuck, bro. I'm forgetting his name, bro. Damn, I forget his name right now. But we met one homie there. He was like the assistant to the assistant at the studio, like, and then now he's up. He's up now, and like we just ran into each other last summer for the first time in like 5-6 years.
Damn.
And he's crushing it, and we just ran into each other, and we're like, bro, look at us. Bro.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
We did it, bro. Like we did it. Like fuck. But like, there's still so much to go. There's still so much to go. But yeah, that was the main thing. Like, we just went to Atlanta. Yeah, we had one lifeline, and that was Cortland at the DTP studio. We cooked up there a little bit. That's Ludacris's label. So we just cook up there. Yeah. And they had a bunch of dope producers. It was, like I said, it was Sick, Childish Major, Ducko McFly was cooking up there, and like, bro, those guys probably don't even know I was there. I was such a fly on the wall. Yeah. Like, but right, we had one lifeline, and we just jumped, bro. We jumped.
So I'm guessing the biggest value was just go there to see and be inspired by like the whole scene.
Yeah, it was, I mean, shit. It was also like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Chill in Indiana for the summer? Yeah, I already did that 18 years of my life. I know what that's like.
Exactly.
Why not go see the world if I have the opportunity? You know.
No,
like,
that is very true. That's one thing I've realized myself is like being so young and stuff is like, it's cool. I could just stay at home, but like if I know I could go out there and just experience different shit, it's way better than just staying at home. Like,
bro, what? There's
the
mundane
home, routine.
Bro.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
Always home, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's no shortage of just chilling at the crib, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I could get. It's not like I can't get enough of that. I can get plenty of that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not like it'll like disappear one day. So.
I still don't think. I've been listening to the Quincy Jones audiobook. It's super good, bro. You should listen to it, bro. Or, I don't know if you like to read the book.
Yeah, I probably.
But he's big into the idea of like you only receive love when you give it. So it's like if you're at the crib, you're not gonna receive blessings, bro. You're not open to it, right? You're not open to not only blessings but damage too. There could be hurt. There could be some fuck shit. Yeah. Like, so I kind of subscribe to that as well. It's like, bro, leaving the crib only multiplies chances of probabilities and stuff like that of just good things happening.
Exactly. Nothing will ever happen if you just stay put, which might be good for some people. They're risk averse. They don't want like.
But it's neutral, right?
Yeah, exactly. You'll never get the good.
You're in the middle of the balance beam.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Like,
some people are cool there though, so it's different strokes for different folks. But
and I know people who make music who that's worked for them. Like, bro, they're crushing it. But like me personally, that was not my path. Bro. I'm not staying in Indiana, bro.
Yeah.
No way, bro.
But do you ever think like maybe there's somebody else like for them staying in Indiana, just cooking up at home, sending out, networking?
I know a guy like that.
And that's just cool for
crushing
him.
it.
And you would would you ever like tell them, oh, at least do try and like see what it's like though?
I think this particular guy I'm thinking of, he came out here and he didn't like it. But
at least he tried though.
Yeah, at least he tried, and like, bro, there is something charming about the place. Like there like and maybe that's just home, right? Like the idea of having your routine and your family and the corner store and the pharmacy that you go to. Like
the
you know what I mean? There's
I'm
saying there's a charm to it, but like fuck, man, that was not the path for me. Bro.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Not the path for me, bro.
Nah, yeah. See, I'm just trying to figure it out right now. Do I like it? Do I not like it? It's in between right now.
I think it's a balance, and like ideally, I don't want to live here forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I do want to have the crib and be close to my family and shit like that. But right now, it's just let me just keep grinding while I can.
Yeah, like, type stuff. Yeah.
Maybe when I hit my 30s, that's when I'm like on chill mode. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe family mode. But even then, it's like, bro, one day at a time.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah.
There's so much music to be made, bro.
No, that is true.
So much music to be made.
I was thinking about that music, right? And you're saying one day at a time, but like, do you ever have those days? Well, you probably do have those days. We all have those days where we're like, nothing's coming to me, and like
I try not to dwell in it. Like if that's what's happening, I'm gonna go kick it with my girlfriend, and we're gonna go on a hike, and we're gonna go we even go get lit somewhere, and you know, just go see something new. Like I don't know, I don't I don't really subscribe to like beat block. That hasn't happened to me in a really long time. Like when that does happen, it's it's extraneous things that's fucking with me. It's not music. Like, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
not like you're trying and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like I'm having like extracurricular stuff that's affecting me, and so I just like stopped making music because I had no motivation. But that's separate. That's not. I don't really subscribe to beat block though. Like I don't know. I eat good. I take my vitamins. Drink a lot of water. and also I get to hang around with like people like you and Caleb, and like I get to hear new sounds all the time. It's like, bro, this shit never stops. Like, bro, there's so much to be made.
No, that's true. And speaking of like hanging around with people, like collaboration is definitely a big part of music. How different is it being in a group of 3 people compared to like being being individually like just navigating the thing? Is it like way more collaboration? Is it maybe less because you always collaborate with the same people? Or
I'd say it's just like anybody else. Like there's no like pressure for us to like, yo, you gotta like I don't know. We're so, I don't know. I don't think me and Mac have never really, we don't really disagree on things. And Mike, he's like, we don't really like butt heads really. Like, and if we do, it gets figured out pretty quickly. Like, it's not like beef between us. Like, it's always good vibes, and it's like, I don't know. I never really feel pressure for collaboration. It's like
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, if it happens, it's not. If you have your own project you're working on, bro, it's your own project. Let me know if you want me to work on it. No, if not, no pressure. Like, if there's ever something that I want to work on, I'll vocalize that. But if that's not what they want, I'm not gonna.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trip. Like,
so I'm gathering it's not like it's a group, but it's not like how to say. It's not like a super regimented thing where we have these deadlines and it's like
no. Like. Like it can be any way. Mac can send me a loop. He's like, yo, cook up on that. I sent him a loop. We went to the studio the other day. We had some songwriters pull up. We just played a couple beats we both did. Get some dope hooks to like, you know what I mean? It's just very just like, let's just like keep going. Keep going. Have ideas going at all times. Like if that's your beat they're cutting to, cool. I don't care. Just send me the stems. I'll fuck with it later.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's bro. Especially now, like there's so little pressure. It's like because you know we're blessed to have like the proof of concept, right? Like I feel like that's such a big burden to like get off like a creative shoulders, having the proof of concept where it's like, okay, we did it. Yeah. Now just create.
No, exactly.
You don't have to worry about anything.
No,
just
that's
create.
Facts.
Like, and so I definitely realize that's like a blessing type shit. So.
No, no, that's crazy. Proof of concept is a crazy thing because. It's crazy. This podcast is gonna go on AYN Sounds, and like AYN Sounds, the way it started, Alkin pitched me the idea. I was like, oh, for sure, we definitely need to like come together and just do sample packs as a group, whatever. But the thing is, we've been talking about this for like years, and nobody's ever nobody's ever done it, but within the group, nobody's ever done it, right? So I'm like, I know how to make websites, I know how to like put up a kit, I know how to run a e-commerce page, whatever. I'm like, if I could get y'all to like work on this pack, put it up. Do all the content myself because I know nobody else is going to want to do it. You got your own things going on. And improve the concept, then I know they'd be on board type stuff. So definitely having like that self-belief to like know that you could prove a concept. Yeah. And then once it's proven, then you can get in and just... It's amazing. It's crazy, yeah.
It's the best feeling. And also like, bro, the risk, right? Like prior to proof of concept, just the risk alone
you have to put so much in.
Because it can go either way, right? Like it can be proof of... no concept.
Exactly.
The wrong concept.
It could be proof that the concept doesn't work. So
right, but I think that that right before step is huge. Like that's the important thing. It's like the fact that you even tried.
Exactly.
Because if you just have an idea in your head, bro, everybody has ideas. Bro.
Yeah, but it's about getting. I think it's about getting them out there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's every time we have like a meeting. It's like I'll tell them like, if y'all have an idea, just say it. Even if it's like trash. At least you said it. At least it's in the universe. Maybe somebody's gonna feed off of that and like have a better idea or something. Yeah. But if you never get it out there, I feel like it's such a shame because like everything starts with an idea. So like why would you like I don't know, limit yourself in a way, put yourself in the box of like only thinking that the good ideas are the only ideas that work because like
that's not true.
Yeah, that's so true. And also when you're cooking up a beat, like you'll try some weird shit and that's fire, keep that part in, or like like there's so many moments I've seen people just try some weird shit and it just ends up being crazy. They might use it every time they make a beat. Now it's like, you
made me think of like, and this shit's not always for us, right? Yeah. Like, what's bad to you might be good to the next man.
Exactly.
And vice versa. So it's like, I don't know. I know some people who get caught up on their definition of good, excuse me. Yeah. And I'm just like, bro, you're a producer. Yeah. Like, this is for like a song. This is for an artist.
Exactly.
Like,
it's a different lens.
Get beyond yourself. Like it's almost like an ego thing.
Yeah,
like,
true.
But it's like, I don't know. It's a weird like it's like ego, but also like lack of I don't know. It's.
I feel like it's a thing where it's not even just production like music or production, but it might just be life in general. Like, I feel like there's a stage where you kind of have to like realize that something might not be for you, but it might be for somebody else. Like, it's like everybody has a different perspective, and they'll enjoy things and just like even experience things differently. We could see the same thing, and you might think it's this, and I might think it's that, or I might feel a different way just looking at the same object or living the same experience.
No, literally.
So like, especially with production, you're like the start of the idea. So like, sometimes people might think that, oh, I know what's right for this. I know that if it doesn't sound like this, the way I think it should sound in my head, it's not going to be good for anybody else. But that might be right sometimes, but sometimes I'll just listen to something and I'll be like, I can objectively tell this is good music. Yeah. Might not be for me, it might be for somebody else, and then just let it rock that way.
Bro. Yeah. No, I've definitely been in the studio with artists where I'm like, oh, this doesn't sound good. And then they're like, wait, yeah, no, I think it sounds good.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, it's not about you right now,
exactly,
Chief. Like, yeah. So I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's bigger than us, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's much bigger than us.
Yeah. But then sometimes it's weird because you might be right in a way, because they might actually be tripping, but you might also be wrong. So like at the end of the day, you just gotta rock with it type stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking about like production and all that stuff, what do you think about like quantity versus quality, just in general with like making shit? Also, let me add, do you think there's like times where you just gotta pump shit out, and there's times where you just gotta sit down and really work on some shit?
It's fluid, right? Like, I think it's fluid. I think for me and the people I look up to and who I've been fortunate to be around, they make a lot of shit.
Yeah.
They make a lot of shit, and it's all quality.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There's no, like, so I kind of think it's like, and I don't know, maybe this sounds away, but I think at a certain point, it's like at a certain level, once you've been doing it for so long, it's all quality. Like, bro, there's very few times where I go out and listen to music out here and it sounds bad.
No, yeah, for sure.
Like, it may not be music I like, or it may not be music that's like, oh, I think that's gonna go top 40. But it's like, everyone's making good shit out here. That's why it's LA. Like, you know what I mean?
For
like,
sure, yeah.
But I do think you have to keep the tools sharp. Like, I try to make something every day.
Yeah, for
literally
sure.
Every day. Yeah. If I'm on vacation and I'm intentionally like, I want to disconnect, then I'll do that. But no, and even on vacation, I'll make some stuff. Even when I tell myself I want to step away from like staring at a computer, I'll still make something.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I get tune ideas in my head. I start walking around and hear a melody. I'm like, oh, that's
facts.
cool.
Gotta at least record that shit with
Bro,
the voice
literally.
notes, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I believe in keeping the tools sharp and doing something, and also like I don't know. I'm trying to think. Lately, in the last like, I don't know how many years have I made something where I'm like, yo, this ass.
No, yeah, for sure.
Not many times.
No, yeah, for sure.
But usually I'll catch it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, I did it, but I did like that perk from there, so I'm gonna use that perk. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, it's never truly like just
what's
a waste.
the worst thing I could have for making a bad beat?
Exactly. Yeah.
Nothing, bro. Like a bad melody or even a bad song. It's like there's something to take from it. You know?
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the reason I asked that question is more like coming up, like, would you focus on one or the other? But I guess at the end of the day, there's always something to take from it. So you might as well just make as much as you can.
Yeah. Definitely don't try to dwell on beats. Especially if, like there's certain artists who I know that they're going to next a beat within 3 seconds, 5 seconds. So it's like, I'm not going to spend an hour on that beat. I mean, bet. You got me twisted, bro. Like, that's my baby. You just nexted it in 3 seconds,
Can I get the next one?
That's what I'm saying. But, like, so, like, for certain things I'm trying to do, the only thing I take a long time on is when it's, like, a genre I'm not super, it's not, like, it's something I'm learning. Right, so whether it's like a reggaeton beat or like a Afro beat or Amapiano, those are genres that I'm actively learning. So it's like I might dwell on it on a certain section a little longer, be like, fuck, it's not flowing. But nah, I try not to overthink anything. I just try to make something, bro.
Type shit. Yeah, I feel like once you're just trying to get into it, for sure, you just gotta like work the muscle as much as you can, just get the reps in type stuff.
Did you ever like remake beats?
Remake beats isn't like
there was a beat you liked and you like remade it.
Oh, once I was on Twitch, and I was like, my whole thing was like, this stream I got 3 samples. They're kind of cool, like the idea was good, But like back in the day, I didn't even have a mic. I just recorded off like an Android phone. I'd record the melodies like before I go to school, and once I'm at like university, I like splice them together, and I'm like, it's a cool idea, but it didn't sound the greatest, and now I have way better gear, so like let me try and re-record it. Yeah. But I feel like it's weird because like some of the magic got lost in translation. Yeah. Because I don't know what it is. Like trying to remake something's like so static. It's like
you never tried to remake like a song that's been out.
Oh, remake a song. I thought you were talking about remaking like a beat.
No, like a beat. You did like a song that's like already out. I definitely used to do that back in the day. That's what I would take the longest on. Like trying to remake a beat, but like years ago.
See, I did try to make this one Mac Miller song. It's like you learn so much.
Bro,
like, it's
right?
crazy. And speaking of 8 sounds, the movie like he did the craziest remix I've ever heard.
Baby Mafia.
He made this Kendrick song. It's like a crazy jazz Kendrick song with crazy chords. I'm like, it sounds exactly like the original. I was playing them both side by side. I didn't hear like a difference. I was like, how do you even do that? But he probably learned so much from that. And it probably some shit he did in that probably helped him with production. I know Greg did that too. He remade some shit. Like remaking.
Shout out to Greg. Is he out here still?
I think he's still out here, yeah. Fire. Working on some main sound shit, man, on the way. But Fire. Yeah. But so you remade like a lot of stuff coming up?
There was a handful when I was like 16. I was really into that. But I just remember that was like when I would take the most time on.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound exactly?
Yeah.
Man, that didn't last long. That didn't last long. I was like, let me make my own vibes, even if it sounds bad.
Yeah, that's true. Because me personally, like, I'm terrible at finding sounds, and I know that he probably uses a certain sound that I won't be able to find. So, like, why even go through the trouble of remaking it? But when it's like some instrumentation shit, like a melody or something, I'll try and remake it sometimes. But yeah. I guess there is a lot of value in that, though. Remaking
For sure. Because then you get the feel of it too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, and also for me, it was like big structure thing. Mm-hmm. Like there was a time I didn't know how to structure beats properly, and then I would just pop in the song. Oh, okay, 12.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was just curious.
No, for sure. No, speaking of structuring, arrangement and shit, I was in the studio yesterday, and then we did this crazy beat. Took like, they made the melody in like 20 minutes. They made the beat 20 minutes, whatever. And they came to the arrangement. I'm thinking most songs are arranged pretty similarly, but like, I was with Armo, and Armo's like, arrange this for me. I hate arranging it. It's the worst part. How do you feel about like arranging shit? Like, are you like?
If we just making beats, I'll do something simple. I'll just do like hook shorter than the verse.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Like, bro, sometimes I'll do like if I'm just like cooking beats going, I'll bounce the beat out minute 30 seconds long. You got everything you need. If you need to repeat it, go for it. Like, but you have everything you need there.
You have all the different parts types.
Yeah. And plus, I can send more in an email type shit if I do little shorter beats. But
that's true.
But like, I don't know, arrangement, especially with like trap beats, I definitely don't overthink that anymore. Just short intro, sometimes long, but short intro, verse, hook. Sometimes I might even start with the hook. A lot of my favorite songs are starting with the hook right now.
That's true, yeah.
With that kind of stuff, you just take your favorite song, drag it in your DAW.
Boom. It's so formulaic, but I was like, why does he hate that part so much? Maybe it's because it's always the same thing every time. But
that could be it.
Yeah, but you said for the simple stuff, it's the formula, whatever. But like, how about the more complicated stuff? Because I know I had a record that came out with DJ Drama, and they had
good shit, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. But so in the breakdown, I did a breakdown, and AJ ruined my record. He did the arrangement of the thing. So
crazy producer.
Yeah, he that's a crazy producer because he made the whole record with the arrangement. Like he had to send stems. He used a certain part here. Like he like spliced this little bass notes here, and then like crazy stuff. He added a whole different section.
Chopped it.
Yeah. So like, how does that like? Do you ever do like intricate arrangements?
In there's sometimes I've done arrangements. And then I hear the song back. I'm like, oh, you heard it completely different than I did. Like I thought that was a pre-hook, but you put a verse. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, like little things like that. So that happens too. So that's why I don't really trip over arranging because I'm like, we're always going to fix it regardless. Like we can always fix it in Pro Tools and then I go back and fix the beat on my end. But I don't know. There was a time where I was like, I don't know how to arrange beats. But that was just, I think I just wasn't good at beats then.
No, for sure. Damn. Thinking of a time when you weren't good at beats, right?
Okay.
Did you always have like that self-belief that you'll make it? Like, because I know when I was coming up, I was like, I'm listening to my shit, I'm listening to their shit, it's like a big gap. I'm not good at all right now. But for some reason, I just knew if I put in the time, I'll make it. Did you always have that, or did you like doubt yourself at some points?
Yeah, I like in somewhat delusionally. Like I was like, I'm in, I'm lit. My beats were probably ass at the time. Like I'm gonna make it somehow. Like and I just think that's just like just being slightly delusional. Like I'm not even kidding. Like slightly delusional, and I loved music so much that like I didn't see an alternative, and still to this day I don't. Like, what the fuck? I would have worked at a radio station with the telecommunications major. Like I don't know. Like I don't. That was maybe a play I was thinking. At one point, I thought I wanted to be a basketball coach. I'm pretty good at basketball. Ask your boy Caleb.
Damn. Hey, we're going to see about that, man. Because I value my skills a lot.
I'm nice, bro. Okay. But so I wanted to be a basketball coach. I was seeing guys like Eric Spoelstra, and I was like, oh, he didn't play in the league, but he still wanted like 2 chips. So I was like, what? That's how you get there. I was thinking shit like that, but that didn't last long. I remember I tried to be a team manager for Indiana University. I hit up my boy. My boy was like, he was like the star of the team, right? Shout out to Yogi. And I was like, bro, give me the job. Bro, and like they did interviews. And I pull up to the interview, everybody's wearing suits, bro. I'm like pulling up from class with my backpack, jeans on and shit. I'm like, I gotta charm my way out of this. And I got asked back to like do like 2 more interviews, but didn't get it. But no, I've never had no other like plans of careers or anything. Like I always thought I was gonna do music low key. Like since the 8th grade. Like I remember I was like I wanted to get signed. I remember I was in 8th or freshman year. I was like I told my boy Willie. I was like, Willie, I want to sign to Rostrum Records, bro. Because I was like, it was Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller. Like, it was just a sick era. And so they had all the fire producers, too, back then. They like Sledgerin, Cardo, ID Lab. Shout out to him. Shout out to Cardo, too. But, like, they had all... And I don't know if they were, like, signed to them, but they were just, like, in the clique. You know what I mean? So I was like, I want to be signed to them. And I remember I had one morning before school, I was like, Mom, stop at the mailbox. And I freaking... sent them a USB stick in the mail, bro, of beats, trash beats, bro. But like even back then, I was like, I'm gonna get signed. Like, I didn't know what that meant, but I was like, it's gonna happen. So it was definitely some like, you know, false beliefs sitting there. But like, just naive. I was naive. And so I don't know, bro. I always thought I was gonna do music, bro. I think I say it all the time to my girl. I'm like, bro, I'm doing this shit forever. I'm like, gonna get sick of me, bro.
Yeah, type shit.
Get sick of seeing me around, bro.
But I feel like low key, the most successful people always have that self belief, of course, that might be bordering even on delusion at some times, where maybe nobody else sees it, but you know that you're gonna do music type stuff.
Especially because there's no like reference point. Like, there wasn't like a thing where I could go to Mac or anyone who like believed in my like belief, right? In my self-belief. Like, exactly. There wasn't like, yo, he did it. Like, you know what I mean? Until there was, and then that gave us even more reason to go in. You know? So, I don't know, man. I always thought I was going to do this shit.
That's fire. Speaking of, like, putting the USB stick in the mail, driving people around, just, like, being the person who offers value, I feel like you have, like, a hustler's mindset, at least.
Bro, what?
So, like, where would you say you got that from? Like,
oh, my parents, for sure. My parents, my brother. Bro, I don't freaking gas up my parents all day, all the time. So I'm a first generation. So my parents everyone in my family is born in Colombia except for me. Oh, okay. And so my dad came here with like, he could tell it way better, but he came to America in like 92. And he had $1,500, and he came. He had his doctor's degree. He has a medical degree, so he's working at ER in Chicago, which you can only imagine how hectic that is. Yeah. And I remember the crazy part is he's like, when he came with $1,500, he thought that was going to be 2 months of rent, but he didn't know that you have to pay first and last month of rent. Oh, that security deposit. So bro was down. And then he turned that into like a crazy clinic in Indianapolis. Like he ended up moving to Indianapolis, obviously, but like he turned that, and like bro, my dad hustles, bro. Like my dad works really hard, like, and like my mom helped him in all that shit. And like they work really hard, especially like what the hell are 2 Colombians doing in Indiana, bro?
No, yeah, that never heard of that before.
Like, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I know every Colombian in Indiana for that reason. It's like, it's not a lot of us.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, just seeing them go from, like, a developing country to, like, conquering another country. Yeah. Like, that's, like, a crazy... Like, I feel lit that I went to another state. Yeah. And I went hard. They went to a whole other country.
Yeah, that must be crazy.
A whole other language. Like, I'm sure you know some of that. Like, I'm sure you have some friends or family. Like, bro, it's like, that's hard, bro. Like, I don't know if I have the balls to go to another country.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, like, I'm sure I'd figure it out, but that's not option one, bro.
Yeah, especially like, when you're, like, raising a whole family, too. Like, that must be another whole thing.
Raising 3 kids, my older sister, my older brother. It's like, it's not easy, man. So, especially in, like, such a different place culturally, bro. It's like, I gotta get it. Like, what the fuck? If they can do it. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my grandparents, I live with my grandparents, too. Like, they all, it was, like, literally a big-ass house with all of us in it. But, like, so I don't know. I just seen them grind, too. Like, wow, my grandparents, like, they were doing, like, university studies in their 60s, 70s. Like, they were just, like, learning and just, like, I don't know. Just seeing them go. Like, my grandpa, he was a colonel in the Colombian Navy. Like, so, like, he definitely has, like, a very... regimented. Bro, that guy was a legend, bro. Like, he's... Rest in peace to him. But, like, he learned from him, too. Just, like, discipline and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Just seeing them. Because, like, I really would see my dad hustle. Like, he would work in front of us type shit. It wasn't like he'd go to work and come back home. No, he's working... We're driving somewhere, he's doing something on the phone, like, so I think it's some of that. Just growing up and seeing him, like, leading by example and stuff. Bro, 100%. You are what you see, bro. Like, and so, yeah, definitely I think that just comes from my family. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And also, like, basketball. Like, I played basketball for a long time, and I went to prep school, I played basketball, and, like, a dope-ass league, and just seeing, like, the direct correlation to hours spent to what you get out. Because in athletics, it's like that. Like, it might not be that in creative shit, right? But in athletics, it's like that. It's like the more time you put in it, the better you will be, right? So, like, I'm seeing guys get all these D1 offers and shit. I'm like, damn, he is in the gym all day. Yeah, exactly, yeah. He just lives and breathes basketball. It's like crazy. Damn, I mean, it helps he's 6'7", but he's really in the gym, too. No, yeah, speaking of that, like, I'm pretty tall, but I'm like, bro, I can't do basketball because I don't want to do that all day. And I have to do that all day for me to be good. Bro, that's it. Yeah. Bro, the D1 shit is not easy. You really got to sacrifice a lot. And then professional shit, bro. Crazy. Even harder. But, like, I think the athletics plus, like, the family shit is just really just, like, that's work ethic. No, like, it was very clear to me. For sure, yeah. But, yeah. Yeah, athletics probably help with, like, teamwork, too, because that's a big thing in basketball. For sure. So, yeah. Especially, like, bro, when you're probably the shortest guy. Me, I'm always the shortest guy on the team. It's like, I gotta be a good teammate. Exactly. Yeah. You can't like, throw no bad passes. I can't be an asshole. Yeah. Like, it's like, nah, I'm not option one, bro. I gotta be the supplemental role here, and that definitely helps with, like, bro, ego, like not only my own, but we're managing other people's egos. Because in the studio, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. You're in a room with 5 people, everybody got hits. It's like, no, my idea's better. No, it's like, hey, let's do everything, guys. Yeah, type stuff. Yeah. But there's some of that too, especially with artists. But nah, yeah, that was the blueprint, bro. Yeah. I feel like that's a skill you have, like, just, like, social, I don't know, like, just knowing what to say, how to say type stuff. For sure. From what I'm noticing, it's like, that's probably where you got it from. Just, like, for sure. Definitely my pops. A lot of my friends are comedians. I think some of that is in it. Like, 2 of my best friends from high school, they're both comedians. So I think there's something there. But also, it's like, bro, like... Like, out here, it's like, bro, you be in the studio with people, it's like, what the fuck, I'm gonna be silent for a bunch of hours? Yeah. What the hell's up with you, man? No, like, that's true, yeah. That's like, one thing about, like, I'm, like, thinking to myself, I'm kind of a shy person, I don't want to speak up, but, like, will I just sit here and just not speak? Like, what's the alternative? Bro, so I gotta say something type stuff. Bro, it's literally how I got involved, me and the boys got involved with this one app called Protege. It's, like, super popping now. Like, I'm in the studio, name drop with Tyga. He's like, pull up, play him a bunch of beats, shit sound dope. And he's in there with some random guy. I felt like chatting it up. He sees I'm playing chess on my phone. He's like, you want to play chess? I'm like, bet. Start talking. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm starting this app. You want to be involved? I'm like, fuck yeah, get me on there. Like, you know what I mean? Just, like, little shit like that. Like, bro, that's happened so much in my life, bro. Just, like, meeting random people, talking. That's how I even met a whole bunch of artists. I met someone in the studio 2 years prior, and I sent them so much stuff that they're like, all right, pull up.
No, yeah, for sure.
Because like we don't have the most clout. Like we're not super clouded up. So it's like it's definitely social skills and my fucking production skills. Like,
yeah, fact.
You know, so.
And I feel like that's the balance is kind of lost these days. Like where you have kids in the the basement, bedroom, whatever, just crazy production skills, but like little to no social skills.
Yeah,
especially with the
skills.
Pandemic. Yeah, it's like
fuck.
I feel like
pandemic brain, bro.
The
COVID brain.
Bro, I feel like that's something like even me. I was kind of like, damn, like I had to like just get out there and talk to people. Literally, just talk to people.
Trust.
Literally, that would, like it helped me so much just to like force myself to be social and stuff. I'm thinking to myself like, it's a lot of things or people I wouldn't have met that I now met because like I just forced myself to say something.
For sure.
Which is like so crazy because like humans are like social animals. We just like interacting with each other and all that stuff. So it's like, I think it's definitely like a big thing of people like, I don't know, the social skills. Definitely like, I don't know, gotta like work on that muscle.
Nah, for sure, bro. And I definitely had some growing pains post COVID too. Like where I came out here, I didn't like going out at all. Like at first, like now I'm cool with it, but like at first I remember Mac would take me some places. I'm like.
Yeah.
Like, but now it's whatever, bro. It's like, but I don't know, the social shit for sure, because it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of awkward moments, bro. It's fun to like, it's fun to poke at them sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
lean into the awkward shit. It's fun. Like, I don't know. I don't really awkward shit's funny to me, bro. You guys, my girl, like she get mad, I start laughing. Like, bro, that shit's hilarious to me. Like, so I don't know. Like I definitely had a point maybe where I was a little shy, but then I just kind of started embracing it. And I was like, all right, because when I first came out here, I'm 20. I realized I'm the youngest guy ever. I'm like, all right, like no pressure. Like
exactly,
Like, so I don't know.
No,
Plus, it's like. I don't know. I don't think music should be taken like. I guess music should be taken seriously, but I think you should definitely enjoy while making it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's all about the people at the end of the day.
Bro, literally.
I mean, the first one is gonna be the craziest studio story that you could tell on camera, of course. But I don't know if that's a little long for this one right now. Or
craziest studio.
Like maybe the craziest person you met.
Yeah. Craziest. I'm trying to think what's appropriate.
That's how. See, I knew I put that in parentheses that you can tell because like I know the craziest shit might not be like camera
no,
ready.
I definitely don't want to tell it on the certain things on the camera. Ask the question again. Craziest studio story.
Craziest studio story that you could tell, or craziest person that you met could be that too.
I'll tell this one. This one's light. I got two. One that's silly. So there was a time, shout out my homie Jacqueline. She was working at Electric Field and she was trying to like slightly court us at Electric Field. And so boom, Post Malone tickets. Let's go. Me and her, we're lit. She's the homie. Like she's put us on super crazy. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Free drinks, company car. You already know.
Yeah.
Faded, blacked out.
Damn.
Blackout at the Post Malone concert. This is like.
At the concert.
Yeah, I think this is before Congratulations. Yeah. So he's like about to become one of the biggest fucking artists.
Yeah.
Go back to the studio because he's at the same management at Electric Field. So they're cooking. I'm like, Jacqueline's probably thinking, oh, I'm going to step in there. It's my time to shine. Fucking blackout drunk. I go to the bathroom, I start throwing up everywhere, bro. I get sick.
At the studio.
Yes, bro.
No way.
Bro, and I'm pretty sure this is the night they made Congratulations. They made Congratulations or not Rockstar. I can't remember. They made a huge Post Malone song that night.
Yeah.
And I was in the bathroom fucking throwing up. And I remember, won't say his name, opens the door. He's like, oh, you're the new kid so-and-so's trying to sign? As I'm throwing up. And I'm just like, close the door. There's that one. But then another time, just one time I just like kicked it with, cause I used to kick it with Lou Bell a lot. And he would just like bring a whole bunch of people in. One time it was me, him, and Post. We're just chilling, talking about video games just for like hours. Like, that was really cool. He's really cool. He has like a Fallout tattoo on him. I was like, love that game. That game, spent a lot of hours with that game. So it's like, you know, stuff like that. You just get to meet people who you probably would have never met otherwise.
The long conversations about random shit, even though y'all are related by music, that's the common interest.
For sure.
Those are the craziest. Like
for sure. But yeah, I'd say those 2 stories. Those are the ones.
That's fire. Man was yakking in the ocean, man. That's crazy. All right, the second one. What's the best and worst investment in like any type of music gear that you've ever had?
That's a good question. What's the best and worst? For me, was investing in my computer. Turning up my fucking computer, because before
all the specs.
I souped up this M1. That shit was not cheap, and don't want to do it again. But it's made working so nice. Like I hate thinking about my gear as I'm working, and that would happen with my old computer. And so I was just like, fuck, overload. It's fans.
Oh yeah.
So I think that was the best thing. Like a great computer that can handle everything I want to do. If I want to do vocals, if I want to do beats, if I want to do like more audio stuff, anything. If I want to have 50 tracks, that's been a big thing.
Sure, that shouldn't be a limiting factor. Like your gear, like especially a computer. That's the main thing.
I just want to create. I don't want to think about creating.
Exactly.
Right. But worst, I can't really think of one because it's like different stroke. Worst. When I was younger, I saved up a lot of money. And I got a Roland Phantom because I was like, that's what Timbaland used to use.
Roland Phantom. I might be ignorant. What's that? A
Roland Phantom X6 or X8. I can't remember.
Is that like a drum machine?
It's like a keyboard, drum machine, sequencer, everything, sampler, everything. Yeah. It's like you could make beats in it. Okay. Like if you ever seen that video of Timbaland with Jay-Z in the studio, there he's using that.
Okay.
A Phantom. So I was like, I want to use that. Didn't use that shit twice. Sold that shit right back, bro. I'm a computer guy, bro. Yeah. I'm of that generation. I'm in the box guy.
But what you said, you started at 14, so like y'all had DAWs?
Yeah, I used GarageBand. I used GarageBand for the longest, and then I got Logic.
Okay, yeah. Never FL, never Ableton, none of that?
I tried FL, but you know how like when you download FL, that demo pops up. The demo was overwhelming, and I'm just like, get this shit the fuck out. I literally removed it from my computer.
The demo is scary. They have crazy automation clips, all that shit.
No, that demo, I was like, get this trash.
I don't even know why they do that, because like you already downloaded the DAW. You know what it can do.
How to overwhelm someone.
Exactly.
101.
Type shit. But I guess it's better than having an empty DAW, because that can be as overwhelming because there's nothing at all.
Bro, that shit.
Yeah. Damn. And shit, last question is, what's next for Seb, man?
What's next for Seb? I want to drop a song. Myself, I want to drop songs for 1Mind. And then just like elevating the production. I want more hits, bro.
No, for sure.
I got bit by the hit bug, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I want more hits, and like certain songs I want on my computer, I want them to come out. But outside of music, bro, just staying healthy, living long, good family, good friends, you know, like, because it's not all about this music shit, bro. Exactly. As much as it consumes my life, like, I didn't consume as much as it is a part of my life. Exactly. Like, it's not everything, bro.
Yeah, it's much more to life than just
It's living life, staying healthy, seeing things, traveling. So that's what's next. More songs, more fans. Not fans, more family. Not fans. More songs, more family, more love, more traveling, bro.
For sure, more traveling, Amen on that one, man. Yeah.
Gotta see the world.
Hey, man. Shit. Where can the people find you, man?
Seb Takes Pics on IG.
Yes, sir.
If you want, you can find my Twitter. You can find it. You can find it. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I'm also on Discord. You can find that through my
Instagram. Server, right?
Yeah. It's cool. Sir. I'm in there every once in a while. Like, it gets popping every once in a while.
For sure,
I want to say, like, every day, you know. But I've been getting good submissions. We actually got a couple placements through there.
That's crazy. Discord placements, man.
Yeah, no, super crazy. Yeah. So, I'm usually on Discord. I'm on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
And in real life, man.
Yes, sir. Right here, man. Hey. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Cook Up.